Upon the edge of forever, the city of Ethelgard wept in the twilight rain, a floating marvel above a chasm of ethereal light. 1,000 golden lanterns drifted through the mist, their glow catching the ancient, glowing runes on Kaelen's enchanted armor. He stood back to back with Elara, the royal scholar, whose cracked crystal book bled soft blue light onto the slick, ancient stones, a beacon in the encroaching gloom. Between them lay a love poisoned by the bitter sting of betrayal, a history of secrets too heavy to speak. Their world was a cage of suspense, haunted by their sworn enemy, the rival warrior Darian. His relentless pursuit was a constant promise of peril, his desire for the Crystal Tome a threat that overshadowed their every move. He believed it the key to a power he was sworn to control, a power he thought they would misuse. But Ethelgard itself was a tapestry of lies, a grand deception played out on a stage of stone and mist. Hidden symbols carved into the very walls whispered of forgotten prophecies, of saviors disguised as foes and villains masquerading as allies. In the rain-slick reflections, they saw glimpses of what could have been, past lives and alternate realities where their roles were reversed, where trust was not a shattered shard but a whole and binding force. The shadowy figures they believed were Darian's spies were, in fact, the city's ancestral guardians, their silent movements not a threat, but a desperate attempt to guide them toward the truth. The first twist struck like lightning. His attacks were not meant to harm, but to steer them away from a corrupted sanctuary at the city's heart, a place where the tome's immense power would be twisted and unleashed to catastrophic ends. He was no villain, but a disgraced protector, burdened by a legacy of failure, trying to prevent a disaster his own ancestors had unwittingly set in motion. As the true enemy, a formless, parasitic entity of shadow and doubt, finally rose from the abyss, drawn by the city's instability, Darian was forced to reveal everything. In the desperate, chaotic fight for their world, the fire of his rivalry with Elara was reforged. Every shared glance, every time he threw himself in front of her, the antagonism melted away, replaced by the fierce, protective warmth of a love born in the face of annihilation. But his sacrifice was the final, heartbreaking illusion. To sever the entity's anchor to their world, Darian shattered the corrupted altar, and with it, his own life force. As his form dissolved into motes of light, he looked at Elara one last time, a silent confession of a love that could never be. His sacrifice was the key. It stabilized the city and gave Kaelen and Elara the opening they needed. Fusing their powers, his strength, her knowledge, they channeled the pure magic of the tome, a torrent of light that overpowered the darkness. The abyss closed, the rain stopped, and in the quiet aftermath, Kaelen and Elara finally turned to face each other, the grief of their loss mingling with the hope of a new dawn. Their world was saved, not just by trust and love, but by the memory of a rival who became their savior.